All right, guys, I got something cooking. What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be doing a unboxing on the Rival Cyber Edition. Now, I've been wanting these for years and years and years. Before I bought these, this is what I originally wanted. Now, I saw Lomachenko use these, and I'm a big fan of Lomachenko, especially the black and green color. And if you're a fan of the Matrix, this is kind of where the theme is going. You know, with the cyber, pretty much like the coding in the Matrix movies, how it shows the coding on the computer. Well, more of the story, we have them now. I've had these for about, I believe, 2 years already. Now, I did a review on these. These are both in the 8-ounce editions. The pair I also bought is also in the 8-ounce edition. The reason why I like getting them in the 8-ounce edition is because it's a smaller glove. It's pretty similar to how a pro boxing glove is in the compactness and the how small the glove is going to be, as compared to using a 16-ounce gloves. You know, a little bit bigger. You know, it blocks you a little bit more of field of vision. And I have mentioned this several times, but I want to go pro in boxing, and I believe, you know, just something simply as using 8-ounce gloves, you know, getting used to the feeling, the lightness of it coming back and forth, etc., etc. The small points to where, you know, you're catching a glove, blocking, you know, it's going to be pretty much the same as you're using a 8-ounce professional glove, right? Because it's going to be small like that. Of course, it's probably going to be smaller, but more of the story, it's 8 ounces and it's a lot smaller than typical 10, 14, and 16-ounce gloves. So here we go. We're gonna do unboxing. Now, I've had this for the past 2 days, and I feel like a little kid. I've been wanting these for so long. Woo. I've only seen about like 2 reviews on these. Wow, they're nice, man. Woo. 2 reviews on these on YouTube. So I bought these through Amazon. Now, they were sold out for a long time, but I guess they got back in stock, and they also are now back in stock on the Rival website as well. So yeah, woo, like I said, they look nice. These seem a little bit bigger. They look like 10 ounces. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're brand new. But look, this is pretty much how they look. Very, very clean. And you can see the coating of the Matrix on there. That is very, very clean. Now, I've had a different pairs of gloves as well. I've had Cleto Reyes, Venom, Ringside, Idol. Now I haven't had Winnings, but I mean, these are very good quality, and I love how they always put the stitching on here, like stitching. I think that's very clean to put that on a glove. It makes it look way cleaner. These all have stitching as well. The stitching right here, the stitching right here, the Splash Edition. The stitching right here, the stitching right here. But man, I mean, they look so clean. And yeah, look, the coating, like the coating of the Matrix. Let's see how they feel. They should pretty much feel the same as the other ones. But to be honest, these look like they're 10 ounces. I may be wrong. Pakistan. 8 ounces. They're 8 ounces. Okay. Never mind. Don't judge a book by its cover. Oh yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's cause like I've pretty much used and abused these, so like they're not as like, you know, inflamed as they were as before, because like I said, I've used and abused them. Man, but these look so clean. I'm also going to be using them just so you could get a better look at them as well. Another thing I really like about these is the strap around the wrist is very secure, especially if you're using and putting on gloves by yourself. Like, it's not really as hard. Now, either way, even though there's a protection on the wrist, I still put on gloves. I mean, I still put on hand wraps because, you know, just any little injury will have you out from hitting the bag or even shadow boxing for a couple weeks because you'll feel the pain as you're throwing punches. But yeah, like I said, they look very, very clean. Very, very clean. So on Amazon, right now they're for $209 plus shipping. Comes out like, I think I paid $228. I'll be putting them right here, and then I'll also be putting them right here. The price on Rival, I believe it's the same. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the look and feel of them. Like I said, they feel pretty much like these. I'm sure when I first bought them, but now with the wear and tear, you know, and the abusement, you know, they're not the same. But like I said, it's a really nice, clean looking glove. And if you're a fan of the Matrix movies, you know, and if you're a fan of Lomachenko, I mean, what could you can't go wrong with this. And the colorway, very, very nice as well. So yeah, now I'm gonna be using them. So now before I use them at the gym, we're gonna do a little test to see the weight, if Rival is lying to us. Now this is a food scale. It's pretty accurate, but we'll see. First, I'm gonna check these older gloves. I'm sure sweat's gonna make them weigh more, but like, we're gonna see. 9.8, 9.91. Wow, that's kind of, let's see. Oh, there you go, 9.84. Maybe it's like weighs more because of sweat. 10.37. It's kind of strange. Let's see these. 10.05. 10 point, no, let's see. 9.66. Okay. Now these are the new ones. Let's see. There's nothing attached to it. Here we go. 9.98. What? Okay, maybe it's a strap around it that makes it weigh that much more. Okay, it says 8 ounces on the glove, but now these should probably weigh a little bit more with the tags. Let's see. 9 point, so about 10. So I guess they lied about that. Maybe this causes it to weigh a little bit more. Huh, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, pretty much 10 ounces each. Pretty much about 9.7, 9.8 each. Okay, so now we're gonna go use them.